Can I be blunt with you? Most people don't die after 75 because of old age. They die because of 5 things, 5 preventable causes that almost no one talks about until it's too late. And here's the part no one wants to admit. It's not genetics. It's not fate. It's neglect, slow, daily, invisible neglect. And unless you do something about it now, it will catch up to you. We've been sold this idea that aging is just a slow surrender. That after a certain point, 70, 75, it's all downhill and there's nothing we can do about it. But that's a lie, and it's a dangerous one. Because the truth is this, the way most people break down isn't because of time. It's because of choices. Choices we make every day, or worse, choices we avoid making, until the cost finally shows up. Not all at once. Slowly, quietly, then suddenly. We blame genetics, or bad luck, or just getting old. But zoom out, and it becomes obvious. The majority of people don't just die after 75, they deteriorate. The body weakens, the mind dulls, the spirit dims, and we act like it's inevitable. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Nearly all of it is avoidable. Not with miracle cures or anti-aging fads. With simple, daily actions done with intention. This isn't about fear. It's about responsibility. Because if 99% of deaths after 75 can be traced back to 5 causes, then we are not powerless. We are in control. And that control starts long before 75. Every skipped workout, every processed meal, every sleepless night, every stress spike you never address, they don't disappear. They accumulate. They stack up until the system breaks. We tell ourselves we'll start taking care of ourselves later. But later always comes with a price. The hard reality is that your 70s are shaped by what you do in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. And the people who thrive into old age, they didn't get lucky. They prepared. They moved their bodies. They protected their minds. They stayed connected. They made deposits every day into their future health, while most others were silently spending theirs away. Aging well isn't a mystery. It's a decision. And once you understand what really causes decline, you can fight it. You can build something stronger. You can take ownership of what comes next. Because the real enemy isn't time. It's neglect. And you don't have to let it win. If nearly every death after 75 comes from just 5 causes, then the path forward is simple. Not easy, but simple. You don't need to guess. You need to understand the enemy. These 5 causes are not surprises. They're not rare. They're not hiding in your DNA waiting to strike. They're right in front of us, and we invite them in day after day without realizing it. The first is cardiovascular disease. It's the silent killer. Your heart, the most reliable engine you'll ever have, breaks down not from age, but from years of neglect. Poor food, no movement, constant stress. It's not sudden. It's built, one ignored warning at a time. The second is cancer. We treat it like a lottery, but in reality, it's often the result of a long chain of micro-decisions. What you eat, what you breathe, what you're exposed to, it all adds up. Yes, genes matter, but your habits pull the trigger. Third, cognitive decline. Not just memory loss, identity loss. People think the brain just slows with age. But what really happens? We stop using it. We stop challenging it. And the brain, like a muscle, begins to waste away. Fourth, falls and physical breakdown. One fall, that's all it takes. A hip fracture, a head injury, a hospital stay, and life is never the same. But falling isn't just bad luck. It's a sign that strength, balance, and coordination were left behind years earlier. And fifth, the one no one talks about, is loneliness. It's not just sad. It's deadly. It poisons the mind, weakens the body, and steals purpose. We underestimate it, ignore it, rationalize it, until it's too late to fix. These 5 aren't random. They're the product of how we live, think, move, eat, connect, or fail to. And that means they can be pushed back, delayed, in some cases, even reversed. You don't have to fear these causes. You just have to face them, one by one, with clarity and intention. So now, let's break them down, starting with the most common, your heart. There's a reason why 99% of deaths after 75 are due to 5 primary causes. It's not fate. It's not some mysterious force out of our control. It's the result of years of neglect, habits that we've built over time without even realizing the toll they'd take. The first cause is cardiovascular disease, the silent killer. Your heart, an extraordinary organ, beats over 100,000 times a day without asking for much. But we punish it. We feed it foods packed with sugar, refined oils, and unhealthy fats. We drown it in stress, cut short its rest, and force it to work overtime, day after day. And then, when it starts showing signs of wear, we act surprised. But cardiovascular disease doesn't just appear overnight. It's the result of decades of misaligned choices, poor nutrition, lack of exercise, stress, and neglect. You don't just wake up one day with heart disease. You earn it, one ignored warning after another. But the good news is you can fight back. Move your body, eat real food, manage your stress, prioritize sleep. It's not about fear, it's about responsibility. You have control over your heart's future, and it starts today. The second cause is cancer. Most people treat cancer like a lottery. Some people get lucky and others don't. But that oversimplifies the truth. Genetics certainly play a role, but lifestyle and environment have a far bigger impact than most people are willing to admit. Cancer doesn't just pop up randomly. It's the result of years of subtle damage we often invite into our lives. From processed foods and alcohol to environmental toxins and stress, these are the ingredients for cellular damage and inflammation. Cancer needs very little to get started, just a few ignored warning signs and years of poor habits. But again, it's preventable. Eat whole, nutrient-dense foods. Clean up your environment. Manage stress. Eliminate the known risk factors. It's not paranoia, it's responsibility. You can't ignore the signs and expect your body to keep fighting back forever. The earlier you intervene, the better your chances. Treat your cells with care, and they will protect you in return. Next, we have cognitive decline. The mind doesn't just slow down because you age. It declines because you stop using it. Neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's don't emerge out of nowhere. They develop over years of neglect. We stop learning, we settle into routine, we avoid challenge. And slowly, our brain atrophies. The mind needs stimulation. New ideas, complex problems, meaningful conversation. Without these, the brain loses its edge. But your brain is resilient. It craves new experiences, new challenges. So start challenging it. Learn something new. Read books that make you uncomfortable. Have difficult conversations. The more you engage, the more your brain adapts. It's not just about preventing disease. It's about maintaining your identity, your sense of self. The more effort you put in, the more your mind will fight to keep you sharp. And don't forget, your brain and body are deeply intertwined. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, while sleep consolidates memories. Your mind thrives on physical health, and your body thrives on mental exercise. The fourth cause is falls and physical decline. A fall seems like a simple accident, but it's rarely just that. One bad fall can change everything. A hip fracture, a concussion, or a long hospital stay can lead to months of recovery, or worse, permanent loss of independence. But here's the thing, falls don't just happen. They're a direct result of years of physical decline. Most people spend their lives sitting, avoiding movement, and as a result, their muscles weaken, their joints stiffen, and their balance diminishes. A sedentary lifestyle erodes strength, flexibility, and coordination. And before you know it, the smallest stumble becomes a life-altering event. It's not age that causes you to lose your balance. It's disuse. Strength training isn't just for athletes. It's for everyone, and especially for aging adults. You need to move. You need to challenge your body. Resistance training, balance exercises, and even walking regularly can keep you strong and stable. It's never too late to start. Strengthening your body today means protecting it tomorrow. The final cause is loneliness. Loneliness is one of the most underestimated threats to health as we age. It's easy to dismiss it as just an emotional issue, something that makes us feel sad. But loneliness isn't just sad, it's deadly. It increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, depression, and even early death. We are social creatures. We thrive on connection, on shared experiences, on being needed. But as we get older, the world tends to shrink. Careers end, friends pass away, families move apart, and before we know it, isolation sets in. We stop calling, we stop visiting, and eventually, we're not just alone, we're invisible. And that's when the real damage starts. Isolation leads to inactivity, poor eating, poor sleep, and cognitive decline. It's a downward spiral that can rob you of not just your health, but your will to live. But the antidote is simple: connection. Reach out, join a community, volunteer, build relationships. Being around people gives us purpose, gives us strength, and protects us against the decline that isolation brings. Loneliness isn't something that just happens. It's a choice. And it's a choice you can change. These 5 causes are not random. They're predictable, preventable, and reversible. But only if we take responsibility. Only if we decide to show up for ourselves. So don't wait until it's too late. Start today and take control of your health, your body, and your future. You don't have to wait until these 5 causes take root in your life. The power to prevent them is in your hands. And it starts with small, intentional steps. For cardiovascular health, move your body. Start walking, resistance training, and stretch daily. Eat whole, nutrient-dense foods, and prioritize sleep. Manage stress like it's your job. You only get one heart. Treat it like it's worth the effort. When it comes to cancer, clean up your environment. Avoid toxins, eat real foods, and eliminate processed junk. Detox your space. The cleaner you keep your body and mind, the better your chances. For cognitive decline, keep challenging your mind. Read, learn new skills, engage in deep conversations. The more you push your brain, the more it will adapt and grow stronger. Falls? They don't happen by chance. Build strength, balance, and flexibility now. Resistance training isn't just for athletes. It's for everyone who wants to stand strong later in life. Finally, don't let loneliness take hold. Cultivate relationships, stay connected, and engage in your community. Loneliness is deadly, but connection is life-giving. It's not about avoiding death. It's about choosing to live well. Take action today, because your future depends on it. The choice is yours. You have the power to shape your future, to avoid these 5 preventable causes of death, and to live a life of health, strength, and purpose. But it starts today. It's not about fear or worrying about the inevitable. It's about taking responsibility for your health, your body, and your mind. Every small change, every disciplined action you take now will build the foundation for a better tomorrow. So don't wait for a wake-up call. Make the choice to move, eat well, challenge your mind, and connect with others. Take control of your health before it's too late. Your future self will thank you. The question is, are you ready to start?